Question 1, you want to find out the percentage of yellow tint in the new mixture. So we're going to use a fraction for this problem. The denominator will represent the total amount of mixture. And in this case, we have 30 liters plus an additional 5. And then for our numerator, that will just be how much yellow tint there is. And since the problem states that the original 30 liters was 30% yellow tint, then we multiply 30 by 0.3, and then we also have to add the additional 5 liters. So this, our numerator, if we add those up, we'll get 14, and we will get 35 for our denominator. And this is just equal to 40%. Question 2. So a supervisor is ordering a bunch of stuff, and we want to find out how many employees were working. So if we first let X be the number of workers, of employees, then we can write out a equation to solve for X. So since there were X employees working, and the problem states that the supervisor ordered a pizza for every 2 workers, then that means there will be X divided by 2 pizzas that are ordered. Then we do the same thing with the potato chips. So the supervisor ordered 1 bag of potato chips for every 3 workers, and for cola, she ordered 1 for every 4 workers. So we divide X by 4. And this will be equal to 26 items. Now we just have to combine all of these fractions. Our denominator will be, it can be 12. And for our numerator, we'll have 6x plus 4x plus 3x equal to 26. And that is simplified to 13x over 12 is equal to 26. And we can solve for x, and we'll get that x is equal to 24. So there were 24 workers, 24 employees working. Question 3. So you have a line that intersects a parabola at 2 points, and we want to find the distance between these 2 points. So if it helps, you don't have to do this, but you can draw a picture to help visualize, and it will look something like this. That's our parabola, and that's our line. Yeah. So we're going to find the 2 points of intersection, which are the ones I just made a dot on them. So to find the points of intersection, we have to set both equations equal to each other. So we're going to set 12 minus 2y equal to 5 plus 6x minus x squared. And we want to move all the x's to one side so that one side of the equation is 0. So let's just do that, and we'll get x squared minus 8x plus 7 is equal to 0. Now this can be factored it can be factored to x minus 1 times x minus 7. So from this, we can find the roots. We can find that x has to be equal to either 1 or 7. So that means that the x coordinate for this point is 1, and the x coordinate for the other point of intersection is 7. And now we have to find the y coordinates. And to do that, you just plug one of the x's back into one of these equations, and we can just do that real quick. So for x equals 1, when x is equal to 1, if we plug it back into this equation, we'll get that y will be equal to 10. And when x is equal to 7, we can find that y will be equal to -2. So now we have our 2 points of intersection, and we just have to use the distance formula to find the distance. The distance formula is basically just the Pythagorean theorem. It's the same concept. So you just subtract the y coordinates together. You subtract one y coordinate by the other y coordinate, you square it, and you add the difference between the x coordinates. So 7 minus 1. And that is the distance formula. So if we solve all this out, then we'll get root 180, and that's simplified to 6 square root of 5. And that's our answer. Question 4. Okay. You have this diagram and you want to find the length of FB. So we know that the diameter of the circle is 12. So that means that the radius is 6. So that means that CD is 6 and DE is also 6. And we also know that BC is equal to 8. So this length is 8. Since the line BC is tangent to the circle, then that means that this triangle that it forms, DCB, that means it's a right triangle. And since it's a right triangle, then we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find what BD is. And that will be 10. BD will be equal to 10. So if BD is equal to 10, then we can find that BE is equal to 10 minus 6, which is equal to 4. Now, the triangle DCB is similar to triangle EFB. So we can use proportions to find what FB is equal to. So first we have to take one side of DB, the bigger triangle, and in this case we'll use BD. And we have to compare it with the corresponding side on the smaller triangle, which is BE. So these two lengths, 10 and 4, the image might not be drawn to scale, yeah. And so our proportion is just 5 to 2. So that means that FB, the length of FB will be equal to the length of BC times 2/5. So that's just, we know that BC is 8, so we multiply 8 by 2/5, and we'll get 16/5. And that's also equal to 3 1/5. And that's our answer. Okay, last question, question 5. So, if x plus y plus z is equal to 0, then what is x cubed plus y cubed plus z cubed equal? And we want to express our answer in terms of x, y, and z. So we have to use all of these in our answer. First of all, let's start by rearranging some stuff. We know that z is equal to negative x minus y. By the way, the last question, the answer was 16/5. That's also equal to 3 1/5. So we know that, back to the question, we know that z is equal to negative x minus y. That's from this. And we can use that as substitution. I'm going to write out the second equation that they give us. X cubed plus y cubed plus z cubed. And we can just substitute this thing into this equation. So x cubed plus y cubed plus negative x minus y cubed. Oops. Okay. And now we want to expand this thing. We want to expand that. And if you don't know how, then you may have to review your cubic expansions. Okay? And this, when you expand this, you will get something like negative x cubed plus 3 times negative x cubed times negative y plus 3 times negative x times negative y squared plus negative y cubed. Okay? So now let's simplify this even more. First of all, this thingy, negative x cubed, that's just equal to negative x cubed. So basically, you can cancel out this and this. And you can do the same with y. So all you're left with actually is just these two things. And that will be equal to negative 3x squared y minus 3x y squared. So we're not done yet because we want to express our answer in terms of x, y, and z, and we don't have our z yet. So let's just pull out 3xy. And in parentheses, we're left with negative x minus y. Conveniently, that is also equal to z. So basically, this is just equal to 3xyz, and that's our answer.